Shout out to everybody, man. I want to talk to you guys about a topic that I've been thinking about, continuing the AI discussion that I had last time. I want to talk about AI and how it will impact video games, right? And the development of video games going forward. Now, we do know that video games, a lot of things in video games are canned, a lot of things are predetermined, pre-done. There's a lot of repetitive things that happen in video games, right? Video games is a very repetitive thing, and that's really the main thing that separates it from it being real life. That's the main thing. Obviously, it's not real life, and obviously, the graphics is not like real life. But one of the main things that separate it from real life is just repetitiveness and just stuff constantly happening over and over again, and you knowing what's going to happen and things being predictable and stuff like that. I want to talk about how AI can actually change that. So essentially, the way I think AI can change that is that AI will essentially add a whole lot of dynamic elements to gaming, right? So conversations will be different with NPCs all the time, right? So if you're playing an RPG, and we kind of see this a little bit even with Skyrim right now. There's even a mod for Skyrim VR. I don't know if it's for regular Skyrim as well, but I know it's definitely for Skyrim VR where you can actually talk to NPCs and they actually respond to you in different ways, interesting ways. Actually, you can ask them any question, and using AI, Chat GPT, they're actually able to just respond to you in a very dynamic way based on the lore of Skyrim and everything. And it's really interesting, some of the dialogue that you get. Very, very interesting, right? And you could actually talk to people, NPCs, and they reply to you using AI and stuff like that. It's really interesting. You guys should check that out. There's a mod for Skyrim like that. And I do see this happening in a lot of games in the future where there's going to be, with AI being able to mimic voices now, AI being able to essentially, respond in dynamic ways to questions or whatever. I think gaming is going to change significantly in the sense that, you're going to be able to ask, you're probably going to be able to just ask a random question to an AI, to an NPC, and they'll just respond in a very dynamic way, right? Which would be really, really interesting. Like, and what if it could be a situation where the AI could be so dynamic that it could even generate a quest and stuff like that. That's even crazier to think about. But yeah, I mean, but even if it doesn't generate quests, like just having conversations with AI and having a dynamicness to the game, that would be insane, right? So that's one way how AI could influence gaming, is just conversations, right? Just conversations. We haven't even talked about graphics and stuff like that, but just conversations. And the thing is with AI can mimic voices, right? And realistic sounding voices. Like if you hear how the narrator right now on Chat GPT, like if you type something in Chat GPT and you have the narrator read it off for you, if you hear how realistic it sounds, you think it's a real person. You literally think that's a real person talking. If you did not know that was AI, you think that that's a real woman talking to you. It's AI, but natural sounding voices. Like AI has been able to mimic the human pattern and the human voice so naturally now. It's almost indistinguishable. It's very hard to tell now. Very, very hard to tell. And just imagine the next 5 years. It's going to be impossible to tell. If it's hard to tell now, it's going to be impossible to tell in 5 years from now, right? So what's going to happen is that, this is definitely going to impact gaming in the sense that, and I'm thinking about even sports games, commentary is going to be so dynamic, right? You think about a game like 2K or FIFA, because they have to pre-record all the stuff that the commentators say, so they'll say the same stuff over and over and over again in the games. So, but imagine commentary, right? In video games now being super dynamic, where it's like you don't know what the commentator is gonna say. Like it's literally they're just saying stuff based on, and they're saying something different every single time, and they're not repeating themselves. Right? They're literally watching the game, what's going on in the game, and they're literally reacting to what exactly is going on, and just sounding really dynamic. Just imagine that. That's something that I thought about with with AI, with voiceovers and stuff like that. That's gonna be crazy. Commentary, I think, with video games, I always thought that commentary is something that was always lame in video games. I think some games do it pretty well. FIFA, I think, has good commentary. So does 2K has okay commentary. I don't know if it's great. It's okay. FIFA, I know, has good commentary, but I think that games like sports games could definitely benefit from AI. And I think graphics is going to benefit from AI immensely. But I think this is more down the line. But I think a lot of the artwork that you see, like a lot of graphics that you see in games is hand drawn. Right, people are drawing these faces and stuff like that. Right, imagine if you could use AI to capture video, right, and literally just like how a human being would look in the real world, just have all the lighting and have all, obviously it would take a lot of processing power, but to have all the lighting, the real life lighting, the skin tones, textures, everything just look like a real person, just have like a real render of a person, just by doing maybe video of that person, and just having having that person look exactly like an actual human being in the game, right? Not looking like a video game, because you know the difference, right? A video game looks like a video game, no matter how high fidelity the graphics is. It still looks like a video game, right? But what if in the future it no longer looks like a video game? What if in the future, because of AI, it could just look like a video, right? An actual video. So you say you're playing a sports game, it looks like you're actually watching a sports game. That it looks like the video, right? It doesn't look realistic. It doesn't look real. It's actually real. Like it's like real. You see the real athletes on TV. You know what I'm saying? Because of AI, so AI is rendering real people on the game, right? I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say, but what if that's possible? And I think it is. I actually think it is. Now we actually seen OpenAI demo their whole Sora thing. We saw Marcus Brownlee talk about it as well. And obviously OpenAI, they're venturing into video generation, just like how you have DALL-E, which can generate DALL-E can generate pictures. Now you're venturing into video generation with obviously Sora, and that's gonna be crazy, I think, because now that you can generate unlimited stock videos for free, which is which is insane, by the way, if you think about it. I mean, it's going to allow for a lot of dynamic video content in the future. So I mean, I can't wait for Sora, by the way, because I definitely, I'm using AI and stuff like that. And for video, I'm a YouTuber. So, I mean, if I want to get into like documentaries and stuff like that, I've been experimenting with some stuff. So if I could get Sora to really generate me stock, a lot of stock footages and stuff like that, where I could, do documentaries and stuff, it's gonna make my life so much easier to do like a whole documentary on a particular topic, right? So yeah, I mean, that's pretty insane. And yeah, I mean, but AI, I think, is gonna affect graphics, because it's gonna essentially, give people the tools to literally, like, do motion capture from video and do graphics capture, face capturing, uh, you know, body capturing, all that from video, right? You're gonna be able to do all of that from video, right? And I think that's where AI is going to shine in video games. I mean, there's a lot of ways, obviously, as I said, speech is going to be something huge. I think graphics, I think AI, all these different things, music, more dynamic music, more interesting music, and being able to kind of create music on the fly, not having to, have like a whole, and AI is gonna make video game development cheaper. I mean, if we keep it real, I mean, it's going to make video game development cheaper. It's gonna make it faster too. Especially once if these companies really start utilizing AI, which I think they are to some degree. They are using it. I mean, every company is using AI because procedural generation, that's AI already, right, in video games, right? And a lot of games are using that now. Procedural generation, it's actually a normal thing, and it's been that way for a while. Procedural generation. So that's something that is being used, and I do expect that to get better over time. But I mean, video games, man. I think video games could benefit from AI so much. So much. It's crazy, man. Like video games could be, it's just insane. I think sports games would benefit the most. But every game would benefit to some degree. Yeah, I mean, like, images, obviously, AI, generating images from AI and stuff like that, for the games and stuff like that. I mean, because I want to even venture in game development a little bit as well, and I'm thinking about how I can use the AI to really generate assets and images and stuff like that, so I don't necessarily have to use and like generate these things myself, right? So I'm actually just checking out some different things and experimenting with some different things to see, how I can really do these things. Like, can I generate assets? Can I generate, different things to really make my game development easier? Because I'm getting into that stuff as well. So, but yeah, man. I mean, AI is definitely the future, bro. It's definitely, you guys definitely got to check out what's going on. I think I'm going to be doing a lot of AI updates as well, news updates on the developments. We're definitely looking forward to Sora. I can't wait for Sora, man. Sora is going to be crazy. That's going to be crazy, bro. Like, definitely, guys, like, Sora, check that out, man. Like, that's going to be the thing. And the thing is, you guys need to also know how to access the OpenAI API as well. Because really, that's the crux of it. If you can access that, you can do anything you want because it's open source, right? The code is open source and everything. I mean, the API is open source too, but there's limitations to API as well. But the whole open AI thing is open source, so you can actually manipulate it and create your own API from it, which is pretty crazy. But anyways, tell me what you guys think. Have a great day. Let me know what you guys think about these topics. Have a great day. Peace, Crypto Sign now. Peace.